Hi guys, welcome back to Marvel Contest of Champions. This video is going to look at the data mined abilities of Archangel, of Psylocke, and also of Iceman. Why it's particularly interesting to me and also interesting to you is there's some similarities in what I would have really desired out of Iceman, as well as some really exciting stuff coming forward with Psylocke and in particular Archangel. So let's go over to Marvel Contest of Champions Trokos' video where he data mined the info, and a link to his channel is in the description below. So let's first of all begin with Archangel. This is the signature ability, increased toxicity. The neurotoxin coating Archangel's wings and claws, increasing toxicity. Each neurotoxin charge causes X% reduction in ability accuracy and block all regeneration on the targets. This already looks like a formidable champion that could be helpful against such characters as Wolverine that gets an extensive amount of regen. Also, I'm not sure, but I really hope that maybe this would be a character against certain characters like Dr. Voodoo, who starts off the game with that regeneration. So stripping that out could be a fundamental problem, but you've got Archangel in order to take him out. So ability accuracy seemed to be a very kind of key point moving forward with the game. It's really strange how the game kind of evolves in separate kind of different stages. So per each update, you'll see different things being the kind of the core aspect. So regen being in a kind of a section between one point of update and another, say one part of the year. And as we're going into the next one, it seems that it's all about ability accuracy. And also like poisons, debuffs. It's way the game evolves to the point we need certain characters to take on different things. You need characters to bypass Safeguard or be good against Safeguard when it comes to Road to Labyrinth. When that was introduced, I feel the way that Act 5 will probably be, and it will be all very exciting, what champions will be the key go-to champions to then ensure that you're making further advancement in Act 5. Is it going to be all about having your ability accuracy in place? Is it all about trying to poison and bleed out the enemies because you're not able to do things where you used to? The days of crits have gone. You could say, put it into a kind of an X-Men thing. Days of critting past. And the way that we're going to the future is all about keeping your ability accuracy in place. The differences with Archangel is each bleed debuffs on your opponents, increasing the chance of any poison triggering by a flat X% and reducing the chance that opponents' tenacity abilities will trigger by the same. So do we have an undermining of Agent Venom? Who knows? Tenacity seems to be a very kind of mild aspect to the game, so it's going to be, is it going to be a bigger aspect going forward? Only the first bleed effects triggered by this attack will consume a poison effect, though all bleeds triggered by will convert to neurotoxins as long as a poison was consumed during the attack. Each time Archangel triggers a bleed effect on an opponent with an active poison effect that it caused, they are combined, converting into a neurotoxin charge lasting X seconds. Each neurotoxin counter reduces a target's ability accuracy by X% and prevents all regeneration. So we're stripping at that. This is like a killer for Wolverine. So we've got the bleed effects, we've got the conversion by neurotoxin for the poison effects. Oh man, it's obviously not very good against poison immune characters, but at the same time, like this is again killer for. This is the Wolverine killer. If you're going to go against anyone with it, obviously you would kind of like say, well, this would be handy against Scarlet Witch. But to be honest, as I'd say, if you were going to use a character, you could use this character for Realm of Legends, because you've got him as a Scarlet Witch killer and as a Wolverine killer. So this is going to be like the perfect character. The only downside about the character is I don't see anything about regeneration, and you would have to constantly I'd say, revive the character going forward with that, and it's disappointing. That I really would think that if in order to do long fights, and I'm talking like, you know, the end game type things like Road to Labyrinth, Realm of Legends, Labyrinth of Legends, you're going to need a synergy that's going to apply regeneration. Otherwise, you're going to be spending a lot of money on revives and as well health potions. So you have to then play more perfect, which I see the argument for and I see the argument against. It's just disappointing that it's more one than the other, because then people's fun aspect of the game, playing it for fun, kind of rules out. But anyway, I digress. So, on expiry, neurotoxins have an X% chance to stun their target for X seconds. This effect will not interrupt a special attack. Right, okay. That's still good. Applying in a stun for this character. I do like that aspect to playing, you know, because some synergies you can build up a kind of a rapport with, like Hulk and also Black Widow, where you're creating that nice little stun from off the specials. And hitting in stuns and kind of like applying more with utilities is really great as well. So this character could be really good, especially in Realm of Legends, because if you're keeping the character stunned for longer, it's the more chance that you can then push him or her against the wall, and then evade out that heavy attack. Boom, 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 hit in again. Could be good. So I've skipped over the bit where neurotoxin do X damage over their duration, or as a passive effect, and therefore do not count as either a debuff or a poison. Okay, let's move forward. Archangel is gonna be great. Like I said, those key aspects and areas where we can utilize the character to maybe some end game stuff. Who knows? Psy feedback. Psylocke's physiognomically empowered strikes can disrupt her opponent's nervous system, reducing her opponent's defensive ability accuracy by X% when they have 0 power. Ooh. Right, if we then apply it with a bit of power still, could mean that this character is going to be all about getting the power, making up the power, hitting with those specials, whilst the opponent's effectively not doing very much, which probably means that the character is going to have weak armor, rubbish block proficiency, and bleed out quite heavily. So each time Psylocke is struck by an opponent, they consume a side charge, instantly gaining up to X% additional power, gaining more power the longer it's been since they last gained power. I don't know if that's kind of grammatically correct in the way that's kind of portrayed. Each time Psylocke is struck by an opponent, they consume a side charge, instantly gaining up to X%. So they're gaining power. Does more power mean that they kind of combust effectively? Each time our opponent fills a bar of power, Psylocke gains a side charge. Every X hits Psylocke lands on the opponent with 0 power, she gains a side charge. So obviously we're building up to what these side charges mean. This attack consumes all side charges, dealing X energy damage per charge consumed. Right, so we're building power, we're building charges. The more charges, the more damage it does. I gotcha. That's cool. Not very good if the opponent has any kind of great energy resistance. So that could be a thing. Obviously, all characters are not meant to be invincible. They're meant to have weaknesses. This is the point where we kind of not nullify, but we cease the enemy from gaining power. Your opponent doesn't gain power when struck if they have 0 power. And Psylocke has at least 1 side charge. So get a side charge on, then try to get up to the L1, or no, try to build up to the L1, get a side charge, let them do the special, and then that point you can then hit in quite favorably. Very handy for master mode when the power bar for opponents is very quick to kind of get fuller. Burns X% of your target's power for each side charge consumed, causing direct damage caused on the amount burned. Great. This is all about power. This is all about power. Power is power. Power is power. Power is strength, but also power is weakness at the same time. So great all-round usage, especially like I said with master mode. If this attack causes your opponent's power to be reduced over a special attack bar threshold, Psylocke will gain power until she reaches 1 bar power over X seconds. Great. If this attack hits, Psylocke has X% chance to consume 1 side charge and gain power over 7 seconds. It's all about side charges. Stuff gets consumed and I think it then dishes out. That is what the point is about power with this character, and the specials seem to be along the same kind of line about building power yourself, the enemy building power, stopping the enemy building power, and punishing the target for having power. the L1, the L2, and the L3 are going to look really great when they're hopefully then used with the katana, which we saw in the earlier pictures. So I would say that this character would be very useful in Master Mode, as I've said always. That punishes the kind of enemy character for gaining power. So yeah, I'm happy. I don't think it'd be a character that I'm going to necessarily go for just yet. I would say that when it comes into the game eventually, I will probably just wait until it comes into a 4-star and then hope that I get it. So just to put it into context, before I talk about Iceman, I released 2 videos, which should be pinging up over there. Give them a watch. Maybe you can then come back to this video at this point. But the reason being, I talked about Iceman and I talked about certain abilities and specials and say debuffs and immunities the character should have, and I'm very happy to announce that all of them actually made it into this particular aspect of the character that's coming in. So yeah, give the videos a watch over there and then come back. But let's talk about Iceman. To start off with, before we get into the abilities and why I'm so happy, the signature ability, Absolute Zero. Iceman harnesses his cryokinesis to chill the air around him to freezing temperatures. This causes his opponents to start the fight with a cold snap active, dealing X energy damage over Y seconds and preventing them from evading attacks. Additionally, Iceman can reform his ice armor for Z seconds faster. Oh, that is so cool. Right, so energy damage to start off with. What, who could ask for anything more than that? It's like saying like a cold snap. It's like saying if you're out in the cold, you're going to shiver, and obviously that's going to affect you. It's not going to make you as kind of fluid with your movements. And then preventing them from evading attacks. So yeah, so it's then going to be difficult to then say evade back. So is this necessarily taking out dexterity? Does this kind of undermine dexterity, which is fantastic idea if they put it in. Additionally, Iceman can reform his ice armor. So ice armor is again another thing. It's kind of like the Civil Warrior aspect, and I couldn't be more excited. So let's go and have a look at signature abilities a bit thoroughly and also some details of the character. So abilities now. Iceman's organic ice form grants him full immunity to all incinerate, bleed and poison effects. Okay, a lot of people will say, incinerate? He shouldn't be immune to incinerate. He'll melt. Ah ha 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 ha. Well, if you watch the videos, which I just said about, you'll know that I mentioned him being an Omega level mutant. So basically his ice form is able to get into some very freezing temperatures beyond comprehension and beyond any kind of recordable data. So therefore, should he be immune to incinerate? Yes. Yes, he should. And this is all about me trying to get an aspect and context from the source material and then bringing it onto the game. A lot of people in the community don't care for the source material, but the source material also paints a picture which then brings it onto the game. Gives you that level of understanding where you kind of go, do you know what? That's correct. So the next thing is Iceman begins the fight with a layer of ice armor active, increasing his armor rating by X. Now, trying to find out what X is, X would probably be in relation to, I don't know, signature ability. Also be like incredible. Like, will the ice armor actually have a symbol of just armor, or will the ice armor have like a freezing armor emblem? And at the same time, what the extent of how much armor? Because we don't have we should have a flatline structure for it. So if, say, the armor profile, I don't know, was 100, therefore, would it be 200 for the first few seconds and then drop off? Is it going to be stackable? These things we're still kind of yet to know about. But I know it says that increases armor rating by X, so armor rating, again, numbers, percentages gone, it's going to be numbers. If Iceman would lose more than X% of his health, his max health, from a single source's ice armor protects him from the blow, reducing the health loss to Y, then it shatters. That's going to be cool to see. Like, the way they're doing certain things now with the game is they're taking it that next step further, which is great. Once shattered, ice armor takes X seconds to reform. So how many more seconds do you have to wait? Is this a point where you're evading out and keeping your distance, building up that that time, and then boom, hit him with the reform, and then you're gonna feel like, yes, I am mighty. I've got this mighty shield of ice surrounding me and keeping me safe. There's a point here about organic reform instant. So this is like, it's difficult to pinpoint. This attack instantly reforms ice armor. So I don't know if this is referring to a heavy attack. Is this referring to, I don't know, a combination of attacks? It's hard to say, because obviously these are data mined, so they haven't kind of placed them against what it is in particular. If it's talking about like an instant reform of the ice, I guess I'm not 100% what it's associated with. It's hard to say based on this. We'll go on to the next thing. Special damage. Iceman converts his iced armor into additional mass for projectiles, gaining X additional attack rating for the duration of the attack, the cost of shattering his armor. So you shatter your armor, you're then able to do additional attack for the duration of the attack. So I don't know if you can force that. Oh no, sorry, it's on special damage, so it's basically on the special attacks, which I don't know. Again, it's going to be then associated with a special or one of the specials. It looks like it's set up to be generic, so at the point of doing that, so if you've got ice armor on at the time, then you're going to do more damage. So that's going to be really interesting to see. Will the L2 be more valuable to do, or would it be the L3, depending if there's any kind of extras to it? So the stun aspect, if Iceman would become stunned while his ice armor is active, the ice armor negates the effect, then shatters. So what we're kind of looking at here, we've got a kind of a tenacity type thing. It's going to be great to be using this champion. I wouldn't say playing against is going to be very good. Obviously, the aspect of kind of hitting, it's best to hit Iceman when he's not in his ice armor kind of form. That's the best point to hit him in. Otherwise than that, it's not really advisable, because if you want to look to get that parry off and get that stun, it's not going to be great, because he's going to break it very quickly. So you're going to have to remember then to evade out. Obviously, it's going to be difficult then with Cold Snap, with places a Cold Snap on the opponent, dealing X energy damage over Y seconds. Opponents under a Cold Snap cannot evade attacks. So that is going to be a bit of a downside to evading out. Man, you're going to hit by some specials. That's some real specials. I don't know how extensive that is. I don't know if it's a case you can... Obviously, you're swiping back, you're using dexterity, you're moving away. Does this mean that specials coming at you, even if you evade them, you're going to get hit? It's very interesting to kind of find out that. But again, not very much information. We'll have to see the characters in action to get an idea. Can you evade special attacks, or is that it? That sounds to me, reading that, it goes, don't even try evading anything whilst the opponents put on that Cold Snap. But that's kind of logical, because if you're really cold and you're shivering, you're not going to be as fluid in movement from a scientific, obviously from a scientific point of view, and a kind of a practical point of view to where it is in the game. Then, you know, seems logical. So thank you very much for watching this video on Psylocke, Iceman, and Archangel. Two characters that I'm looking forward to getting. I would probably say number one with a bullet would be Iceman, based on, I've wanted this character for a while. Ever since I did the video on him, it just seems very, very articulate and interesting. I have had a look at some of the specials, and they do replicate a lot of the stuff that was found on Marvel Wikia. So do have a look at that. Those two videos mentioned. So a link to all the videos today can be found right up here that I mentioned. And these are very exciting times going forward with the game. Obviously, 12.0 will bring a different type of game that we're used to playing, with regards to being quite easy. So it's going to be more of a kind of a harder play, but also at the same time, it's going to feel more rewarding that people have got to that point. And using certain champions in different ways is vitally important. It does create this kind of hashtag equal opportunity in MCOC type vibe. So that's really positive going forward. And Iceman's going to be great. Archangel's going to be great as well for using against certain characters like Regeners. You know, in particularly, bye-bye Wolverine when Archangel's involved. The same thing can be said with Master Mode and using a character like Psylocke, based on the power burn and extensive amount of kind of negating any kind of power that your enemies can generate. And Iceman is going to be similar to Civil Warrior, I think, with regards to the way he has that armor up, but better because he's then able to apply certain things like Cold Snap as well. We've got abilities with specials to then increase the attack. So I like that. I think these are different characters based on what we've got at the moment. It's going to be exciting times. So thanks very much for watching this video. If you did like it, please hit that like button below. If you want to share it amongst friends, then please do, and support the channel because it really helps the channel grow. And subscribe for more Marvel Contest of Champions content. As always, I've been RichTheMan. Follow me on social media. The link is in the description below. And I shall catch you again for another video. Bye bye for now. Wow.